Okay, so I absolutely love cooking, but I also completely understand that life can get in the way pretty quickly of making homemade meals, especially if cooking isn't really your thing. I really felt this for the first time in my life when I started my strategy consulting job, where 12-hour workdays weren't really uncommon. That's when I also realized that having easy, quick, and also super tasty meal formulas that I can fall back on when life gets hectic is really important. And so today I wanted to share with you a 5-minute dinner formula that always works and honestly takes less time to prepare than deciding what takeout to order. So the formula itself is actually really super simple, and I'm going to share 3 variations of this formula for quick weeknight dinners. So the formula is made of 5 sort of categories. So first we have a whole wheat tortilla, which serves as a sort of convenient carrier of all of the ingredients and basically would allow you to finish any sort of pending tasks for the day while having your dinner. And even though it's not an ideal scenario, and in an ideal world we would have enough time to carve out specifically for meal times, but the reality is quite different, and I'm sure that strategy consulting people could relate. So this is just a very pragmatic solution. Then we have a protein source, which is sort of the main building block of this meal, and it will help you feel full and satiated. Next, we have a source of fat, which also contributes to the feelings of fullness and also, making the meal comforting and satisfying, but is also really important for nutrient absorption. The fourth building block are veggies, which give us fiber and vitamins and macronutrients, and I'm sure you know that. And they also help keep our gut microbiome happy and diverse. And finally, we have a yogurt dressing, which is an additional source of protein. Also, if seasoned properly, can really add a lot of flavor to the dish. So yeah, with that, we can get into the actual recipes, and we have 3 versions. We have a meat option, we have a fish option, and we have a vegetarian option. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so the first recipe is a meat option, and it really gives me a throwback to my childhood, because when I was small, I would eat chicken in any form at any time of day. So in this version, we're using a ready-made roast chicken as a convenient and very quick protein source. As a fat source, I chose old cheese, which not only adds an amazing flavor to the dish, but is also a great source of calcium, which is super important to maintain healthy bones. And that's particularly important for women who are more prone to osteoporosis than men are. To keep things fresh and crunchy, I've added some lettuce and tomatoes as the veggies, but the real star of the dish is the garlicky Greek yogurt dressing. It's really creamy and tangy and just a little bit spicy, giving the wrap some extra flavor, but also keeping it really juicy. So to prepare the wrap, you start with warming up the tortilla, and this is completely optional, but I find that it adds a really nice and toasty taste to the dish, which I prefer. So you heat a dry pan over medium heat and lightly grill the tortilla on both sides until it's becoming slightly browned, but not too crispy, because then it will be hard to roll. To prepare the dressing, just combine the Greek yogurt, minced garlic, lemon juice, and maple syrup. Stir to combine and also season with some salt and pepper to taste. Then shred the chicken using 2 forks, and feel free to add some chicken skin for more flavor and also some fats. Then assemble the wrap. So place the tortilla on a plate, then just arrange the lettuce and tomato slices across the tortilla, top with some shredded chicken, sprinkle with grated cheese, and then drizzle with some garlicky yogurt dressing. I like to wrap it in aluminium foil, which I know isn't the most sustainable, but it really helps with eating the dish. And that's about it. Wrap it up and enjoy. I feel like the result is a wrap that's really fresh and flavorful and really super quick to make. And whenever you're short on time but still craving something that's very comforting and filling, I think this will become your go-to. Okay, the second version is a fish option. I would say it's a Mexican-inspired wrap, and it's really simple, fresh, and full of flavor. So the star of the show is shrimp, full of omega-3s and selenium and zinc, which are all important to support a healthy immune system. For the fat source, we've got creamy avocado, wild cabbage, and some fresh cilantro add crunch and brightness to the dish. So to prepare it, warm the tortilla again if you prefer prefer to keep it raw, like that's absolutely fine too. To cook the shrimp, just place the frozen shrimp onto a pan with a little bit of water and a lot of different spices. So I like to use powdered garlic, onion, paprika, salt and pepper, but you can really do whatever you fancy here. Then let it simmer for about 3 to 4 minutes until the shrimp turns pink and opaque. An alternative to this sort of boiling method is just to fry the shrimps on a bit of oil, but I actually prefer to cook them in water because I find that all of the spices and herbs, they kind of soak into the meat much better. By this point, the water should mostly evaporate, leaving you with really tender and juicy shrimp. To make the coleslaw, just shred the cabbage using a grater or knife. In a separate bowl, prepare this dressing for the coleslaw, which is basically Greek yogurt, lemon juice, sweetener, and a bit of salt and pepper. Feel free to add some minced garlic for some extra spice and taste. And then combine the dressing with the cabbage until everything is nicely coated. And it's time to assemble the wrap. So spread the coleslaw across the tortilla, add slices of avocado on top, pile the cooked shrimp over the avocado, and finish off with a sprinkle of cilantro and some sriracha if you like a bit of spice. That's basically it. So roll the tortilla and serve immediately. Last but not least, we have a vegetarian option, which is really simple and a lifesaver when the only protein that you have on hand is a can of beans. This recipe actually reminds me of a summer job when I was picking rhubarb. It was a really physically exhausting job, and by the end of the day, I had absolutely no energy to cook, so I would make a variation of exactly this recipe every single night. So here the protein source are canned beans. They are packed with fiber, very filling, and great for your gut microbiome. We'll top it off with a creamy tahini yogurt dressing, which not only adds a nice Middle Eastern inspired flavor, but also gives the dish an extra boost of calcium and healthy fats from tahini, and also some protein from the Greek yogurt. And for some texture, we'll add salad greens, tomatoes, and cucumbers. Again, if you want, grill the tortilla. If not, that's fine as well. Then prep the beans. You want to drain them and give them a quick rinse. Then place them on a chopping board and mash them up roughly with a fork. Add your spices. I like to use smoked paprika, chili flakes, cumin powder, onion powder, salt, and pepper. But again, you can customize it as you see fit. And then mix everything together to combine. Next, let's make the tahini yogurt dressing. So in a small bowl, combine tahini, Greek yogurt, and lemon juice. Mix until smooth and then season with some salt and pepper to taste. And I find that this dressing is really creamy and tangy and adds some really nice moisture to the dish. Then prep the veggies. So basically just chop up your tomatoes and cucumber into small cubes. You know, the crunch and also the freshness of the veggies really nicely balances out the creaminess of the bean mash and the tahini dressing. Finally, assemble the wrap. So spread the mashed beans over the grilled tortilla, drizzle with tahini yogurt dressing, and top with salad, tomatoes, and cucumbers. And that's about it. Wrap it and enjoy. So yeah, that's about it. I hope you enjoyed it. This has certainly become one of my go-to meal formulas on busy days. And I hope that it inspires some healthy, but also really super tasty and quick meals for you as well. If you like this video, please let me know down in the comments. I would actually love to make more of these kind of videos because they are really fun to make. I also know how important this concept of meal formulas was for me as a busy person when I was working as a strategy consultant. So yeah, I'd like to share more of these if that's something that you actually enjoy. If you like this video, you might also enjoy the video that will pop up on the screen right now. And yeah, I will see you next week.